After 4 years of trying to figure this out, bouncing in between different indicators, strategies, and setups, I finally simplified everything down to one trading strategy. In this video, I'm giving you the full breakdown of my strategy that I'm going to be using to become profitable over the next 12 weeks. No fluff, no hype. Let's get straight to it. Yeah, so the biggest reason why I struggled for so many years was because one, I was over leveraging, but two, I didn't have an edge that I could actually repeat. I was simply just guessing and just trying to make big money, right? And sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, but there was no real process behind it at all. So I decided to go all in on one strategy for the next 12 weeks. And let me get my beautiful big face out of the way. So for this trade that I'm in right now, and this is currently a live trade that I'm actually taking, is on UJ, right? So let me break down the reason why I took this trade. So there's three main things that I'm looking for in a setup. So the main things that I'm looking for are market structure, fibs, and a break and a retest, right? So with this live trade here that I'm taking on UJ, there was a break of structure, right? There was a break of structure to the high side. It corrected and it retested this area, right? So I end up getting in a little bit earlier here because I thought it was actually gonna take off at this level here, but it pulled back a little bit into the demand area before it end up going for that buy, right? So but to bring it back a little bit, the first thing I'm looking for would be the impulse. Next would be the correction. And from there, I'll be looking for things to hit a fib level. So I'm going to pull my fib level. Let me just redo it. And I know we got a little bit of mess going on here, so it may be a little hard to see, but this is a live trade on my charts. But anyways, I pull this fib to point A to point B, essentially to the area where the impulse stopped, right? And then I'm looking for the correction to happen to see where price will stop at, right? So price already retested here, but since it pushed away, I'm looking for it to come back down to the demand level. Now this setup was actually a little aggressive because still it was technically in a minor downtrend here. So really what I would need to be looking for was a break of structure to say, hey, I'm ready to go in this direction. Even though I saw that it was a break of structure here, being that this was a higher time frame setup, you want to see more confirmation on the lower time frame, right? So so from there, I end up getting in at this level, like I already told you. The fib level that it hit was this 88.6. So my plan now is to take it up to this level here. I'm going to take a partial and I'm going to put my stop loss at break even. I am going to take a partial here as well, and then I'm going to move my stop loss to the zero point 0.0 level, and then I'm going to be fully out at this level here. And I believe it's going to actually go up to this final level because on a higher time frame, this is part of a bigger trade, right? So on the 1 hour, there was a break of structure here. Price broke this structure here, um, stopped, retested this level, and then made its continuation, right? So once, and this is where I'm at now. So once price broke this level, I'm like, okay, it's still ready to continue in that direction. So I see price going to this negative 27.8 because it hit this 38.2 fibs. So I would have to make another video for my fibs just because each and every one of my fib levels means a certain thing. But just to keep things simple, from the levels 23.6 to 50, the rule is to take it to either the 0 or the negative 27 and be out. If it draws closer to the 61.8 on down, the green level, I would be able to take it to the negative 27.8 or onto the negative 61.8, right? So it's rules when it comes to my fibs, and it would take a lot longer to really explain. But that's the gist of what I'm really looking for. But other than that, we're gonna see how this plays out, and depending on how long it takes to play out, because this is going to be on a higher time frame trade. Um, Hopefully, I can have the result for this video. But if not, I end up doing some weekly recap or not, just so you all can see how everything turned out.
Bro, look at this. Right after I realized today was CPI heard up and got out that trade for UJ, and look what happened. Instantly would have got stopped out. Instantly would have got stopped out. Something told me to just go ahead and close it out. Because I was thinking like news may go ahead and push it all the way to my full TP. But I was like, nah, let me not even think like that. Let me just go ahead and close it out. I literally closed it out at this level right here. What? This 145.33. But overall, the trade ended up being a 1-4. So that was beautiful altogether. I'm so glad I went ahead and closed that out, though. I ain't gonna lie, it would have been a little tight if I held the trade this long just for news to stop me out. That would have got me a little tight. But all right, that's all I wanted to show y'all.
Yeah, so having a setup is cool, but it's only half of the game, right? So the other half is execution and consistency. And these are the rules that I follow, right? So, one, no trading after 11. Two, I'm only taking one setup per day. Three, I use a checklist on each and every one of my trades. Four, and I'm logging each and every one of my trades as well, right? And this way, that's going to keep me from over trading, revenge trading, and chasing setups that don't line up with my system. I log every trade in Notion and score it using these criteria. So for the trade execution, I scored that between 0 and 10. Uh, I write down the mistakes that were made, and I also made notes of why I even took the setup, right? So this helps me figure out not just if the strategy works, but also how well I executed it as well. Yeah, so if you want to track your trades like this too, I put together a full 12-week Notion journal template. It's the same exact one that I'm using, and it includes a trade execution tracker, mistake log, weekly review prompts, and setup scoring system. You can find the link in the description and start using it today. Yeah, so the biggest difference between what I'm doing now versus the past, it really isn't just a strategy, it's really the process, right? So in the past, I was over leveraging, trying to find this magic setup, trying to grow my account as quickly as possible. But no, I'm done with all of that, and I'm looking to refine one edge over one plan over these next 12 weeks. So if you're working on becoming consistent too, like the video and subscribe. I'm documenting this entire journey down to weekly reviews, trade breakdowns, wins and losses, everything that I'm really just going to be going through. But drop a comment if you would like to see a live trade breakdown. But other than that, that's all I got. See you next time.